So let's do one more how to save, load, and merge configs. So I already have a bit of a config in these gateways, but to save them, let's just take all the 4 ports up right now. And one more. Okay, so we have a config in here, and we can look at it real quick. And just so we can be clear about what we're all setting, we're going to set everybody to outputs. There we go. So now everything is an output. And it already it's saying this doesn't match what you've got down here. We're going to leave that. But let's save this config to disk. Save as, I want to make it config 1. That's an original name, but it'll do. Now, if we clear this by doing new, we can take the other ones. Let's go back to all gateways. Take the I/O gateway, the show control gateway, the 2-port, and just so we can have a little bit of fun, Zarny Whoop. He's just this guy, you know. So now we have this other config, and if we go and look at it, these are all ones. Well, let's set this to 5, 5, and 5. And show control and SMPTE, we're going to set this one to 5 as well, just so we've got some differing things here from the rest. And then the DMX gateways, we've got the one that's a duplicate, and we have the 2-port, both sets to output, and well, let's change that to input again, so we've got something different that we can kind of look at. We say all gateways, here's what it's going to save. So now we're going to save as, we don't want to save over the other one. Wait for it, config 2. Okay, so now we have this, and if we wanted to say new and clear this out, now if we go and take this and we open the first config, there it is, and it sees that these are bounded online, but there's differences between them. So what we do to apply this to the online devices is up under online, apply configuration to network. And there it goes. And now we can also open another config. We'll discard. We'll open config 2. It's different devices. There's an overlap of Zarny Whoop in here. And then apply this configuration to the network, and it'll push that information. Right? We didn't see anything from this tab, but now the inputs on the 2-port are inputs, and the rest are all set to outputs. From looking at it like this again, if we go and merge now config 1 with config 2, oh, look, it caught a duplicate. Here's that merge dialog that we talked about previously. It's saying, here's the 2 entries, here's your duplicate, what do you want to do? Do you want to keep the current entry, meaning the one that's already in the config table, the new entry, the one that you're loading, and overwrite the previous one, or insert a copy of the new entry? And if we pick this one, we'll end up with 2 Zarny Whoops, but I can show you a difference in there real quick. If you choose do not show this dialog again, it will continue to do whatever you chose here last. So I'm going to leave that because I want to be alerted if I'm going to be changing my information. I do that, and now I have a Zarny Whoop that's online and a Zarny Whoop that's not. This is mostly a duplicate, but it can tell that it's not online. So we go in here and we edit the device configuration. We've got the name, we've got all this other stuff, but we don't have an About tab. This means that it's not attached to anything yet. It doesn't have the giant, ugly 128-bit SID that attaches it to a different device. So at this point, though, you could go and say that, yeah, we're going to keep this, but we're going to change the name to Frankie Mouse. And now it's here, and if we wanted to, we could take this configuration and have it be an alternate config to Zarniwoop. And now it's Frankie Mouse. So this one now sees that it's got the information, but it's different from what it's bound to here. It didn't change the binding, it just changed the information between the two. I want to go and put this back. I can drag Zarniwoop back down, and there you go. So now we have this combined config, and we can just save this as combined config. Oh, look at that typing. Now we have all of the gateways that we wanted in both, and this one. And if we want to lose this one, come in here and just delete the entry because we know what we wanted in the config and we've saved it. So there's a little bit of configuration, saving, loading, merging, and manipulation.